How you guys doing? It's Eugene Johnson, founder of Make Your Mind an Asset, and today we're going to talk about the question, are you limiting your success? Here's the thing. We all want success. Half the time we have no clue what is stopping us from getting to that success. And a lot of times we don't realize that getting to success, whatever success might be for you, it's like going through one of the toughest obstacle courses in the world. Now imagine going through the toughest obstacle course in the world and trying to do it blindfolded. Well, that's how most people attack their goals. They're blindfolded. They have no clue what obstacles are holding them back from getting to the success that they say that they want. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to talk about the obstacle that's keeping people from getting to the success that they want. And that obstacle that I'm going to talk about is limits. Now there's two different types of limits. The first type of limit is speed limits. The second type of limit is governors. I'm going to talk about how these two limits can stop you from achieving the goals that you set before yourself. So let's talk about the first one. The first one is speed limits. Now, when you're in the car and you're driving, on the side of the road, there's a ton of speed limits. And those speed limits were dictated by the state or the city that you live in, right? And they've decided how fast you go, and they'll punish you if you go faster. And isn't this just like life? In life, there are speed limits that are being put on you by other people. And other people are putting limits on you, and that's the first type of limit that you have to be aware of, the limits that other people put on you. And so many times I have conversations where I'm coaching people and they're talking about, you know, their parents said that they couldn't do this, and their friends said that they didn't have the ability to do this, and their spouse said they didn't have the ability to do that, and they're constantly trying to figure out what they believe they can do, but they're doing it through the lenses of what other people believe about them. And sometimes it's even society. Society will paint a picture of what you can and can't do. And so when it comes to the question of, are you limiting your success? A lot of that has to do with, are you allowing other people to determine your destination? Are you letting other people construct the path of success for you? And if you are, you've got to decide today, decide right now, that you will no longer listen to the other people's limitations, because here's the thing, you have all of the power. See, have you ever heard of people say, hey, beware of the dream stealers. They're out to steal your dream. Look, here's the thing. Nobody can steal your dream. That's not even possible. Only thing that people can do is take the dream that you have given to them. But they can't steal it. They can't take it from you. They can only get it through your permission. But you have the choice. You have the decision to make, to decide whether you take your dream and you run with it, or you let other people limit what you can and can't do and what success you can and can't have. And so the first thing you need to do is limit the amount of people that you allow to limit your dreams, right? And then the second thing is governors. And if you know anything about cars, you know that most cars that are designed to go on the road, they're governors that get put onto these cars. And what governors do is they regulate the speed at which that car can operate. All right, I'm now going to do a quick little exercise. Do me a favor, raise your hand. All right, now do me a second favor, raise your hand higher. My question is, how come you didn't raise your hand at the highest point, as far as you can raise it, the first time I asked? And the reason is, we limit ourselves. We constantly put self-imposed limits on ourselves every single day. And a lot of it is a human nature thing. So human nature is built for survival. We're constantly trying to survive. So it's a natural habit for us to leave a little bit of reserve in the tank just in case, because you never know what happens if you're in the gym, you're running on the treadmill, you give it all you got, you walk out of the gym, and the minute you get out of the gym, a dog starts chasing you and you have to use all your energy to run, but you use all your energy in the gym, so now you have nothing left. See, our mind is just playing, constantly, subconsciously playing these tricks where it's saying, hey, Leave some in the reserve, because you never know. Don't give it your all. Like, hold off a little bit. So we have to program ourselves to push past our limits, because limits are just a fragment of your imagination. They're not real. They're self-imposed. Like, this box that you create as far as what you say is your limit is self-imposed. You decided on that limit. Nobody else, well, somebody else might have indicated, but you decided to take that limit and make it your own. And so if you want to break that self-imposed limitation, guess what you can do? Break that self-imposed limitation. Look, as humans, we've been putting limitations on ourselves forever. At one point in time, we said that man couldn't break the 4-minute mile. We said that we couldn't bend pieces of metal and fly them across the Pacific Ocean. We said that we couldn't put a man on the moon. We've been constantly breaking limits that we put on ourselves. And so when you decide that you say, hey, this box that I put myself in, I no longer allow this box to hold me in. I no longer will allow, the thoughts of other people to hold me and put me into this box. I can break all limitations because you have the ability to, because you created the limitation in the first place. You have the control. It's all a figment of your imagination. It's all created based off of what you decided. And as you can see, I'm wearing a New York Knicks jersey, a basketball jersey. I'm a big basketball fan, huge New York Knicks fan. I'm gonna buy them at some point in time. And so, when you're looking at basketball and some of the dunks that were happening 20, 30, 40 years ago, imagine if you told them in the future they're going to be able to put it between their legs, behind their back, touch the top of the backboard, then dunk. Like, these things seem like they were absolutely out of question not going to be able to be done by a human being. But guess what? We've exceeded that limitation, and guess what we're going to constantly do? We're going to exceed those limitations years from now. Why? Because we as a human race, we will continue to push the barriers as long as we allow those barriers to be pushed, and as long as we don't let people around us segment those barriers or let ourselves segment those barriers and stop the greatness from being revealed within us. So I encourage you, and this video is going to be short, but it's really just to say I encourage you, do not let anybody else or yourself put limits on you and stop you from having success, because most of success is your ability to step out of the comfort zone and say, I can do this. And a lot of times you say, I can't, and that's the thing that stops you from success, because whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're absolutely right. And so I encourage you, I urge you to make the decision to decide that there are no limits, zero limits, that can stop you from getting to the success that you desire. Once again, it's Eugene Johnson. Thank you for the time. If you haven't subscribed, like this video, comment in the section below. Tell me what your limits were. What things are holding you back that you decided will not hold you back anymore. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Remember, let no man steal your vision, because no man gave it to you. God bless. And when I first heard Gary say that, I said, hold up, wait. So she stopped you on the street and she asked you for a word of advice, some type of motivation, and you said, you're gonna die? At first I was thinking, why the heck would you say that to somebody? And then I was thinking, that's the realest thing you can say to somebody.